Welcome to the Vault Excel. Happy Saturday, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, everyone. Please be safe on your ventures and travels this weekend and next week. This commentary is pertaining to Jay-Z and an allegation from a young man who claims that Jay-Z is his biological father. The son is the source of this information and also the source of this video that I'm going to play after I bring you this said information. Thank you for joining me. If you'd like to donate to this great network, $BigAngie, 129 Cash App, stickers and chats are welcome during the live stream. The man who believes he may be the son of Jay-Z says the rapper has been avoiding a paternity test for the past 14 years because his mother was only 16 when they allegedly hooked up. Ramir Satherway, 31, has been embroiled in a legal battle as being Ramir's father, but has never taken a test, claiming the New Jersey court had no jurisdiction over him and sparkling a bitter legal lasting over a decade. Well, why would you think that New Jersey doesn't have jurisdiction? Anywhere has jurisdiction to file paperwork towards anyone, man, child, to prove paternity, Sean Carter. Ramir and his godmother, Dr. Lily Coley, recently filed a lawsuit against several judges in the court system of New Jersey, alleging they conspired with the rapper to have cases relating to his paternity, inheritance, and abusive court process dismissed. They allege in the court papers they have lost over $100,000 due to the case and are still having money taken from them by Carter due to his lawyers having illegal liens placed on their New Jersey home. So I'm going to repeat that again. He and his godmother, Dr. Coley, Lily Coley, filed a lawsuit against judges in the court system in New Jersey, saying they conspired with the rapper to have cases relating to the paternity, inheritance, and abusive court process dismissed. They have lost $100,000, they said, having money taken by Mr. Carter due to his lawyers putting illegal liens on the New Jersey home. Why would you all be putting liens? Wanda was only 16 at the time she slept with Jay-Z. So is it true that Wanda, that she's no longer living, she was ill, and the son also believes that all this fighting and wrangling about the paternity case helped in the demise of his mother? Is it true that he slept with her? Number one. Is it true that Jay-Z is the father of Ramir Satherway? I will show you a picture of the young man with his mother before death. Sorry about that. When you look at him in his photograph, he does look like Jay-Z in this photograph where he is younger. His deceased mother, Wanda, claimed that Jay-Z is the father of this 31-year-old man, Ramir. Jay-Z, real name Sean Carter, denies being Ramir's father, but has never taken a test. Once again, as I had said, they claim they tried to request a paternity test privately and were forced to go to court when it was refused. I think behind the scenes, he's scared, Lily said. This is the godmother. Ramir's mother was underage. That's why he's not doing it. But at the end of the day, we were trying to do it behind the scenes, and then it was brought to our attention after research that they had the age problem because we didn't even bring it up. We were just naive, just trying to get the paternity closure. But then we realized that we always protected him. We never went and blasted him. But I have to say here, he's not doing this paternity test because of Ramir's mother's age, because Jay-Z, got two problems. One, she was underage, and then she got pregnant. He could have still done something behind the scenes and come up with a good solution, and this would be over with. You don't even need the courts, Ramir added. I think he got some type of thought in his mind that, this got some type of truth to it, honestly. I can't speak for another man, but I would think that's what's going on. We've been fighting for this for years, and obviously he could have taken care of this. We've been doing all the correct things. Basically, he just brushed it to the side. Ramir's mother, Wanda, alleged she had unprotected sex with Jay-Z, then known as Rock, when she was age 16 in Brooklyn, New York, after he picked her up in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania in 1992. Now, see, this is where this would be a problem. Was he living in Pennsylvania at the time? Did he take her across state lines? Because then this would have human trafficking put on the books. So imagine he picked her up in Pennsylvania Where did he take her when he picked her up in Philadelphia back in 92? This is some interesting information. And mind you, at this time, he would have been 30-something years old, because I'm 54, so he's a year older than me, Jay-Z. He's 55. So 92, he would have been, in his 20s rather. Would have been in his 20s. And she's 16. Excuse me if I said 30s. He would have been in his 20s. Her on and off boyfriend at the time, Robert Graves, was listed on Ramir's birth certificate until he was legally removed in 2011 after a DNA test proved he was not the father. Wanda was determined to fight for Ramir to know who his biological father was, but sadly died before she could get answers for her son. Ramir and Lily allege in their latest lawsuit that Wanda, who was sick, died sooner than she would have due to the stresses and strains of the case. Ramir said, "It played the role because my mom was so dedicated on getting the case done and over with." So this goes back to what I said before in my commentary on the Newsbreak article. Did they get any type of government assistance for Ramir as a child? Because if anybody got food stamps or WIC or anything for him as a child, naturally, the state wants to know, or a government check, the state wants to have a name. So at this time, perhaps that other guy's name was on the birth certificate because the mother thought he was the father. Or maybe she knew that Jay-Z was the father, but she didn't pursue it. I don't know. I can't speak for the dead lady's intentions. So we need to ask that question. Did the mother know at the time of pregnancy that Jay-Z was the father? When the baby was born, as the baby started to grow, did she say, okay, this baby looks like Rock, doesn't look like this other guy? What's the truth? So when they did the DNA test in 2011, there had to be a reason for that test. So what was that reason for that other guy to be tested? So you have to ask all these questions, okay? Why did the other guy end up taking a DNA test after his name has been on the birth certificate since birth? Because you're talking about 14 or so years ago. Say, whoa, this guy would have been what, a teenager at the time? So why was a test brought about if the man's name was on the birth certificate? Did he question this child not being his? And perhaps he did. He looked at the child and thought, this ain't my kid. This ain't my kid. Or maybe a medical emergency came up and the facts came out. Hey, this couldn't be your kid. Because that is another way that you find out someone's not your kid. You get sick, you start testing chromosomes and all this old type of stuff with bone marrows, and then somebody say, oh, this couldn't be your kid, you know, so on and so forth. Hope I'm making sense what I'm saying. Okay, so once again, the mother was sick, and they believe the stress from this situation caused her to pass away earlier than she should have. Ramir says it played the role because my mom was so dedicated on getting the case done and over with. She did everything they asked for. If we needed to be there and we needed to file again, my God, mom made sure we was there. They said travel, and they traveled. She would do anything for me. She was just so supportive. And I believe she just fought this and to the end because we honestly didn't know, you know, that my mom was going to pass, you know, like that. Honestly, it was just random to me, but it happened. And at least I say she fought this case until she passed. And she was just so serious about getting it done. So she passed it on to me. And sexual assault, unidentified female, when she was age 13, alongside rap pal Diddy at the MTV VMA after party in 2000. He has vehemently denied the claims and blasted them as blackmail attempt. When asked how he felt when he read the allegations, Ramir said, I was a little confused. I was at a loss. I was hoping that it wasn't true. But if it is, you know, honestly, you cannot do things like that. You will get what you deserve, you know. No one should be touching any underage kids or doing anything with any underage kids. The kids are our world. Like, I love kids to death. I love our teens. So when you can do things like that, it's sickening. It's crazy. So I would hope these allegations will come out different. But if they do not, and he did do those things, he really will get what he deserves. Well, will he get what he deserves? That's a great point. We can say that about anyone that sexually assaults a child. They should get what they deserve. But will they get what they deserve? Because you've got to prove sexual assault against anyone. Make that clear. Day of reckoning. Ramir and Lily believe the latest accusation could be a day of reckoning in Jay-Z's career and in the hip-hop industry. I think it is a turning point. So I do believe that it's a pivotal time in history and a pivotal time in the industry because everybody has a day of reckoning. Lily added. Very interesting. That is true. But do everybody get a day of reckoning? Some. Maybe not all, but some. And this is why you got to be careful how you treat people and what you do, because I believe you will reap what you sow. And Queen talks about that all the time on the network. Indeed, you will reap what you sow. So I think at this point, it will be something that will overspill to our case because it shows the broader narrative, the broader scope of what's going on, and that this goes deep and wide. So what is that broader scope? Is it because if indeed this is true, this is Jay-Z's son, that means Jay-Z slept with an underage child. And that goes to cause of this allegation from a 13-year-old that she was sexually assaulted, gang raped by Puffy and Jay-Z. This goes also to show that he desired young girls at the time with Miss Wanda and also with this 13-year-old girl. So did he want sexually assault a 13-year-old girl at this after party at Sean's house, Puffy's house? Also, did he assault Wanda, have sex with her, whether she consented or not? The law says a child cannot consent to sex. Some of you would disagree. That means you're a sicko. Because it doesn't matter if a child pursues an adult or another individual, 18, 19, by law, that person's considered an adult. And the law says a child cannot consent to sex, whether they offered themselves or not, flirted, gestured, however you would like to word it. I'm sitting here going through what I'm going through for my goddaughter first, then my godson, not understanding my role in this. And then I had to keep persevering to see the unfolding of the bigger picture. Unfortunately, in our case, Mr. Carter allowed these things to happen, rich and powerful. He had the ability not to just do a paternity test, but to put a stop to this nonsense. So this is where this doesn't make any sense. What's the difference between Jay-Z and this other guy who went to get a paternity test to prove that this little boy at the time or son was not his son? A man's a man. A test is a test. Let's keep it real. So is it a matter of Jay-Z's money? He kept this on the back burner not to go forward to get the test? Because you got to ask yourself, 14 or so years ago, why did the state not test Sean Carter? Because where people are going to find bias that you all favorite Jay-Z is that the man who allegedly was his father and name on the birth certificate, you all tested him and proved that he's not the father of Ramir. Stay woke now. A test has been done on another for whatever reason that he thought he wasn't the father, or somebody, it came about that he wasn't, or allegations he wasn't. He took the test, he wasn't. But originally his name was on the birth certificate. So how is it that you can test that guy, but now they go to the courts to say, oh, mom says it's Jay-Z, Sean Carter, but yet Sean Carter refuses to take the damn test. And obviously he's not taking the test because, one, he doesn't want to give up his money to another kid, another human being. He doesn't want to be responsible for back child support payments, medical expenses, whatever the child had going on at the time of being a minor. That's what I see. And possibly also he doesn't want to claim another kid. And I get it. You don't want your name. But it is what it is. And if indeed, like I said, the child got money from the state, government assistance, welfare, food stamps, government check, the state wants their money, and that's the law. You don't have to like it, but that's the state law in most states. They want their money for any funds spent on a child under 21 and 18. That's just the way it is. All right, let's get back to this. Bigger picture. Is there a bigger picture? Did Sean use his influence not to get the test done? So unfortunately in our case, Mr. Carter allowed these things to happen. Once again, as I said, being rich and powerful, they're trying to put a stop to this nonsense, as well as having liens put on their home as a result of the case. Ramir alleges he has been shot at by unknown individuals. After complaining about the injustices he faced throughout his case to local authorities in Camden County, New Jersey, 2017. So the people that shot at him Were they retaliating because he's talked about Jay-Z publicly refusing the DNA test? It's very crazy now. Both Ramir and Lily also say they have been followed and had people drive onto their lawn at 4 a.m. in the morning. Activities which they allege in the court filing may have been orchestrated by Carter's team. The complaint does not identify any direct evidence to support these claims. But Ramir said even after more than a decade of legal fighting, he will not give up his quest for truth and fairness. We just want the truth, he said. You guys have gone and dragged this out for years and years. You haven't been giving us fair due process. What was the reason? Can you guys explain? You guys caused us harm. You caused us stress. You know it's been an ongoing battle. You know I'm not complaining. I'm just explaining things that we've been going through throughout these years, and we still stay level-headed and calm and just try to do what's best for us and our community. We never been trying to hurt anyone. We only came in here to find out the truth. Now, once again, Sean gave his full statement about the allegations. I'm not going to read all of that. You can feel free to go in and find that because it's long-winded, and I'm not going to read all that what the lawyer said. To end this conversation, Ramir also made a direct plea to Jay-Z, saying he never wanted any money or fame, just to know who his father was. He says the case is now beyond a paternity claim, and he is fighting to ensure everyone has the right to fair due process in court. Asked what he would say to Jay-Z if he were to speak to him face-to-face. Ramir said, honestly, I would just still be me. I would say we could have talked a long time ago and probably got this taken care of. I never had no hard feelings against you or anything like that. I just wanted to know the truth. It just seems like now my mom's not here, like it just pushed the fight into me way more. Just knowing what a lovable person she was and everything she did just to have me be the person I am today. She really tried her best. She struggled. She did it all so we could have got this taken care of. And if the paternity test was wrong, you know it was wrong. If it was right, have a relationship if you want that. But if you didn't, you know I'm still going to be the man I am. But I wasn't hating. I would say this is all craziness, that it took all this time. And I understand you probably got your reasons, you know. People say he probably got a lot of people chasing after him saying, oh, he's your son. And a lot of celebrities got this going on, but I'm not one of them. I'm not. I'm really not trying to chase you to get no fame off of you or no money. I don't want anything from you. I always said this. The U.S. Sun reached out to the representatives for Jay-Z for comment. The New Jersey Judiciary Office said they do not comment on pending litigation. Once again, is Jay-Z the father of Ramir Latterwaith? Did he have sex as she was a minor child? That is Miss Wanda, who is no longer alive, and Ramir as a young boy. Right there, he does favor Jay-Z. I must say, this is the one picture where he does like. That is the complaint. Let's get down to business. Welcome to the Vault XL. Jay-Z, are you the father? Why aren't you responding? Let's hear what the Sun has to say about this crazy nonsense. Lord have mercy.
But, I feel like, right now I feel like I got a bigger fight. This is part of my life, so I won't stop fighting for, the paternity or anything else. Whatever I put my mind to, I fully go. I was hoping that it wasn't true, but if it is, honestly, you cannot do things like that. You will get what you deserve. I don't know what them guys was thinking. I don't know what he was thinking. If this true, only he can respond and get himself out of this.
Jay-Z is not a defendant on this, although he's named multiple times in that. What you're seeking now is accountability.
And no one has come out and said, thing to go against my claim. So I'm like, everyone knows that there's many courtrooms that has people in it that's not doing their job or not doing the correct thing. You can't say that everyone's that working in our government system are always doing the correct thing and don't make mistakes. What I'm saying is you guys got to be held accountable if you are at these high levels and we go into these courtrooms and all Americans and everyone around the world are paying tax dollars everywhere, and you can't even go in there and get a fair due process. These guys are making laws and making loopholes for themselves. Like basically, they got laws, but it's also loopholes that they can get around laws. It shouldn't even be loopholes to get around certain things. So it's like we really need to fix a lot of things that's going on in these courts. We really do.
And so this has gone beyond you trying to get a paternity test to find out if he's your
Way beyond. I feel like, right now I feel like I got a bigger fight. This is part of my life, so I won't stop fighting for, the paternity or anything else. Whatever I put my mind to, I fully go and I chase, like I want to say it's a dream, but I get my job done. And, as long as I got the truth and respect at the end of the day, I'm not asking for respect from, anyone, but as long as you guys, I can go in the courtroom and get a fair due process and get the truth and, get treated like everyone else, I'm cool with that. I'm not asking for much.
Is Ramir chasing fame, clout? He says he is not. He just wants the truth. He feels like all this wrangling with the courts, liens on the house, have caused stress to his godmother, their home, $100,000 in the hole, fighting this, going to courts. Jay-Z has used his power. So number one, is Ramir doing this for fame and clout? Number two, should he stop pursuing it because the man don't want to own up to being his father? I said he needs to just leave it alone. But if indeed, as I said, the state paid for any type of assistance for him, such as welfare, WIC, whatever, it's just a law. You have to pay that back. The state wants that back. That's why they sue for child support. So if one guy has already gone to court for child support, we have to use common sense. There's a reason for that other guy to go to court to do a DNA. Because the mother wouldn't want to go do it because she's the one who's claimed that the other guy was the father. So she wouldn't have any reason to go say, oh, yeah, hey, let's go to court. I don't think this guy is the father. Hello, everybody in the chat. Terry, Perspective. Thank you for joining me. Nobody's going to a woman is not going to go to court to say he ain't the baby daddy. Because that means she lied to the hospital to say Pookie was the daddy, Bubba was the daddy. So no woman wants to call her own self out. That's first and foremost. That's something a fool would do. Even if she knows the truth that other man wasn't the father. Okay? She's not going to call herself out. Somebody got wind of something to say, that ain't your kid. And that's usually how it starts. People start gossiping. The guy starts hearing people talk, his mama, sister, brother, cousin, the streets. Or he's looking at the child as the child is growing and he's saying, this child don't look nothing like me. And there's people who still will take care of the child knowing the child don't look like them, but they raised the child anyway. I brought you some nonsense about that a little while ago with a certain person I know here in Knoxville. I played his Facebook post and he just found out his son's about the same age. It's all a bunch of nonsense. Why that woman went all those years lying to the man. And then the crazy part is where he used to work, he was working right beside, where the son works, he's working right beside his biological father. And now he and that biological father have hooked up. Isn't that something? Grown man going to work, 26-year-old man going to work and working beside his own biological father and didn't know it. Feel free to go back and watch that video from a few months ago in my catalog. There was something amiss in this story. So we have to pay attention to what is obvious and what has already happened. A man did not believe this was his son. So he went to court and found out Ramir wasn't his son. So the father had to have done it. Or another man did it. Did another man come in the picture and say, hey, I think this is my son. I want a DNA test. That's very rare for a guy to ask for a DNA test. And the only time most men will ask for a DNA test is if they don't believe the child is theirs. Stay woke.
I'm really not asking for much. I'm just asking them guys to do their job. And what's so hard about that? Have you heard about the salt trick?
Brief intermission. Well, Ramir, all I can tell you, it's a bad situation, bro.
Would you still want Jay-Z to take a paternity test?
I mean, I would, but that would have to be his choice. You know, I can't force anyone to take a paternity test. I'm going to still live my life, take care of my family, and do everything I got to do to myself and, you know, my family, and just continue to help others in the world like I've been doing for as kids and my community. You know, it's I say it's a bigger picture than just a paternity test. You know,
I believe it is
too.
too.
My father is, but
Way bigger.
I am getting support from others around the world, and they've been very helpful. The fan base, all you guys have been real helpful and just helped me grow. So, you know, I would, but I'm still going to push forward and live my life regardless.
And there was parts of that lawsuit that it goes into in the lawsuit that really, really shows how much emotional stress and physical stress this has put both you and your godmother, Lily, under. Can you explain a little bit about that and the kind of toll it's taken on you, this whole case?
Well, I would say it's been a lot going on, but, you know, I don't really try to look at none of the negatives. You know, I can't say it's from anyone, but it has been a lot of weird things going on. But, you know, I continue to fight and move forward. I can't be scared of anything or afraid of anything. I got a family to take care of, and I got a lot of people that's looking up to me. So, you know, I think about my mom a lot, so she be with me a lot. So that's my angel right there. So I move through the day with a lot of love, and even with the negative that's going on, I really don't. I tend to block it out. So it's like it's happening to me, but it happens like it happened the day before yesterday, you know. And I let a day go past. Like I won't say I forgot about it, but it's out of my mind because I'm not trying to sit there and think about all these negative things that could be coming towards me or just happening just because.
And let's talk about the rape allegations against Mr. Carter. How did you feel when you read those allegations?
I was a little confused. I was lost. I was hoping that it wasn't true, but if it is, you know, honestly, you know, cannot do things like that. You will get what you deserve. You know, no one should ever be touching any underage kids or doing anything with any underage kids. You know, the kids are our world. Like, I love kids to death. I love our teens. They are our world. So it's like, you know, when you can do things like that, it's just sickening and crazy. So I would hope, you know, these allegations will come out different, but if they not, and he did do these things, he really will get what he deserves.
We know that your mother was only 16 when she hooked up with him. I mean, did that...
Before they finish that commentary, will he get what he deserves, Jay-Z? Did he sexually assault a 13-year-old girl, number one, alongside Sean Puffy Combs? Do you believe the allegation? Do you believe that Jay-Z is also a deviant creature, such as Sean Puffy Combs? Do you believe Jay-Z has had sex with other underage girls? Is he still having sex with underage girls or anyone else besides his wife? Stay woke. Many of you remember that altercation in the elevator back in 2014, where Solange, the sister, was going off. Beyonce's sister was hitting him in that elevator. He didn't respond, thank God. He knew better. It was a camera in that elevator. He wasn't going to put his hands on her. But that allegedly was over him messing around with some other woman. Perhaps that's all he's done. Cheat. Put his penis in places it did not belong. Shut your mouth. Many men do. Sean, are you going to own the fact that this is possibly your son? Why not take the test and get it over with? See, this is where I have the problem. He won't take the test. And see, what you have to ask yourself, and this young man don't want to take the test, why not? Why not take it and get it over with? Mr. Carter. Mr. Carter. You. Why not take the test, Jay-Z, and be done with it? Because right now, yes, you're in hot water. You're in a hot seat. Even if the allegation isn't true, it's going to cause a ripple effect. We now hear that the vodka company that your homeboy owns is being sold. Don't nobody want to be affiliated with that vodka line belonging to Sean Puffy Combs. So the same will possibly happen to you. Now, someone might say, no, I don't see anything bad happening to Jay-Z. I don't see nobody stop dealing with him, blah, 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 blah. The NFL, they planned the NFL halftime November. That's just common sense. Because it takes time to plan an event. Stagehand, lights, special effects, costumes, dancers. All that's planned months in advance. The allegations. And then soon as the Super Bowl is over, clink, clink, send bro a notice. Thank you for the times we had, but we will no longer be needing your services. Checkmate.
Did that come into your thoughts about, whether she may have been, we will never know, so this is purely speculation, but whether she may have been preyed upon if he is a man that would do this kind of thing?
Yeah, it came in my thought, but I would hope. Like, I don't understand how many guys like younger women and kids. I wouldn't even say younger women, but kids, and it's crazy to me. But I don't know what them guys was thinking. I don't know what he was thinking. If it's true, only he can respond and get himself out of this. So it's like, if you didn't do it, it should be easy for you to come out and get this over with. If you did do it, you're going to see a whole lot.
Exactly.
He's trying to block, I would say.
A whole lot.
Don't say nothing at all.
And what would your ideal outcome be?
Just getting the truth. We just want the truth on you guys and drag us out for years and years. You haven't given us fair due process. What was the reason? It was like, can you guys explain? You guys causes harm, causes stress. It's been ongoing battle. I'm not complaining. I'm just explaining things that we've been going throughout these years, and we still stay level-headed and try to, do what was best for us and the community. We've never been trying to hurt anyone and trying to even no court systems, none of that. We only came here to find out the truth, and it's been so much that's happened throughout a 10-year period of time. Like in this,
does he look like Jay-Z?
That we 13 years into.
Attention retirees, if you're willing.
Brief intermission. Does Ramir look like Jay-Z? Weigh in. I will put that on the poll as well. We'll go to my community page after this video, and we will see how you answer as far as him being the son of Sean Carter. Wow, what a mess, what a mess, what a mess. All these commercials.
He had just taken a paternity test.
Yes, and we all know that no one wants to
Terry, you a mess.
That's why, we trying to
Terry says yes.
As I said before, letters and all that, before we even try to really take it to court and make it get this big. It was my mom. She just wanted the truth, but my godmom was always supportive, and it's when my godmom helped. It seemed like they just started using everything that they could to just block it. So it's like, that's wrong. We all know that's wrong. We don't know how many judges is doing this in the world right now, or what's going on, honestly. But I just want y'all to be enlightened, even if nothing happens. If you never take the test, or we never get this case settled, I just want the world to know that don't go in the courtroom just fully trusting the judges and the lawyers and think that they're always for you, and they're trying to find out the truth. Because
let me go here. Ramir, how do you feel about Sean Puffy Combs? Besides the allegation against Jay-Z, your potential father, how do you feel about Sean Puffy Combs? Did you like Sean Puffy Combs? As you see, your so-called could-be daddy was his friend, possible confidant. The allegations against Sean Puffy. Don't you find it interesting they both have the same name but spelled differently? Come on, Queen. What did I tell you about 6 degrees of separation? The universe is at work. Woo! Have mercy. I just thought about that. Lord, have mercy. 2 Seans now been accused of raping a kid. Here comes this young man claiming he's the son. Prodigal son. Shut your mouth. You can't tell me the universe ain't talking. 2 Seans spelled differently. The universe brought them together. So imagine Sean Carter, S-H-A-W-N, is similar to S-E-A-N. He's deviant. He is of the same caliber, same weight. Will we find out that there's more to Sean Carter, as you're hearing this young man say? I believe it's deeper, wider, the storyline, possibly so. Because what's going to be sad is if we find out Sean Carter has been deviant as well. He's been having sex with underage children, raping, drugging women, men. And we need to ask the ultimate question, which some people probably don't want to go there, but the Queen will, because I don't sugarcoat anything over here at the Vault XL. Sean, are you a down low brother? checkmate. Woo! Have mercy. When they say the block is hot, they meant that. Are you also a down low brother? Have you been having sex with your friend Sean, S-E-A-N? Are you two down low brothers that's been bumping booties? Shut your mouth. Or bumping penises. Excuse my language. That would be a horrible sight, would it not be? Somebody's like, Queen, please stop. Stop it, Queen. Stop it. No, we're going to keep it real. Because we're grown people. So if you're under the age of 18, you should not be listening to this video. Are we talking about two grown men bumping tails and bumping penises? Two down low black brothers perpetrating to be heterosexual men. Walking around hard, thuggish, wannabe thugs, was a thug, but a thug that likes a man. Shut your mouth. I can't. I will not. When they say Satan's a liar, get that. Lord, that would be devastating to find out. Big Sean likes men. Because as this one guy said to me a week or so ago, he said, I just refuse to believe Jay-Z did not know about his friend Sean Puffy Combs, his behavior. And that's a very good point. But as we have known, a lot of things that people do, we don't have knowledge because we can't be blamed for our friends, family members' indiscretions, their sins. Because a lot of times when the shit hits the fan, the first thing people say is, I had no idea. I didn't know. I've never heard that. They didn't show any signs to me. But I played you audio from Sean's own mouth, Sean Puffy Combs, where he's at a dinner party giving people three options. And all the three options were spending time with him in the same manner that people have brought forward allegations. A weekend at his house in the Hamptons, recording time with their children in New York and London. That's why investigators have gone to London, the FBI, if you didn't know that. So he's telling on himself without even knowing it from the past. See, the past will find you out. For those who did not know, this investigation has also gone to London, England, if you did not know. So now somebody has dug up audio and a video of Sean saying it in the video. Hey, you have three options. You can spend a weekend with me at the Hamptons at my house, or I will take your child into the studio, record music in New York or London. Third option, a night out with me on the town and you won't wake up until Wednesday. Ding, ding, ding. Drugging. And you can best believe that audio is going to be played in court at his trial. His own words have come back to haunt him. I thought I was going to die when I played that audio the other day in the live stream. I said, you've got to be kidding me. He told the story years ago at a dinner party, who he is and what he's about. He gave the audience three options. Party with me for the night, wake up on Wednesday, spend the weekend at my house in the Hamptons, where I'd like to do freak-outs. Of course, he didn't say that, but you know what I mean. Or I'll take your child into the recording studio here, New York, or London. Are you hearing this? So once again, Ramir, how do you feel about Sean Puffy Combs? Did you like him? Did you like his music? How do you feel about the fact that your father was friends with a sadist? Do you believe your so-called father is a sadist, child molester, down low brother? And how are you ever going to have a real relationship with a man who is possibly the same caliber as Sean Puffy Combs and possibly raped a 13-year-old?
And some are not.
Right.
Some care about the truth. Some just want to do what they want because they can, and that goes for some lawyers too.
Back to the girl who's made the allegations against Jay-Z, the female. We don't know who she is. We don't know yet if it's true or not, but it takes a lot to come out with an allegation like that. But if she starts coming up against the legal tactics that you guys have experienced, what would you say to her? Would you advise her to keep on fighting?
I mean, we probably, we'll stand behind anybody that's getting bullied. We a helping hand always help. Anything she needs from our side or our team, we were there for her. So we've been going through a fight with, lawyers and these judges and, high celebrity cases and stuff for years. So I can tell you it's been a fight, but don't give up. A fight It's always going to be a fight. You don't always win a fight, but you always get up and try again. It's not the end of the world.
If you could just now, was it 14 years after this all started, just talk man to man with Jay-Z, well, privately, well, what would you say to him?
Honestly, that would just still be me. I would say, we could have talked a long time ago and probably got this taken care of. I never had no hard feelings against you or anything like that. Just wanted to know the truth. And it just seemed like, now my mom gave me a more, like this pushed the fight into me way more, just knowing the lovable person she was and everything she did just to have me be the person I am today. Like, she really tried her best. She struggled. She did it all for us. So I'm like, we could have been got this taken care of. And if it was wrong, it was wrong. If it was right, still no hard feelings. We can be, we can grow up, have a relationship if you wanted that. But if you didn't, I'm still going to be the man I am. But, I would say this is all craziness that it took all this time. And I understand you probably got your reasons, People say you probably got a lot of people chasing after him saying, oh, he's your son, and a lot of celebrities got this going on. But I'm not one of them. I'm really not trying to chase you to get no fame off you or no money. I don't want anything from you. I always said this, and I haven't taken anything from nobody as I've been doing interviews. I haven't gotten anything from anyone. I talk and I give you the raw cut. I don't have no paper in front of me. I'm not reading off no teleprompter or anything like that. So I'm giving you the real me. And I would just hope that he would just hear me. That's it, hear me and just know that this never had to happen. We could have been got this over with. I never had to go this far.
Is that what you believe, Amir, that the reason he didn't do the test in the first place is because he's afraid?
I think he got some type of thought in his mind that, this got some type of truth to it, or he's obviously, I just wouldn't know. Honestly, I can't speak for another man, but I would think that what's going on. We've been fighting for this for years, and obviously, you could have got this taken care of. It's like we've been doing all the correct things, and I'm pretty sure that this came across you a couple times, and you just basically just brushed it to the side. I wouldn't know, but it seems like it's just been brushed to the side because we're still in it.
The more he talks,
she struggled. She did it all for.
The more he talks, the more you look at him. I see Jay-Z features, and especially right here in this picture with his mother. God rest her soul, Miss Wanda. He looks like Jay-Z a lot in this picture here. The cheeks, Sean had puffy cheeks. The eyes, I see it in the eyes, the cheeks, the mouth, the full lips. Jay-Z, is this your son? Why have you been fighting this paternity test? Seems like to me you'd want to get it over with so the boy could quit talking about it. I don't understand. What is the problem? Are you the father or not? Why are you denying the damn test? Has his weight carried into the court system for them to dismiss the case? I don't really understand how you can dismiss a case of paternity when somebody's already taken the mother to court to ask for paternity, and that man was proven not to be the father and his name removed from the birth certificate. So explain to me why any judge would dismiss a case of asking for paternity. It's not like he's coming out saying, oh yeah, this is my father, I want money. He just wants a test done. So why would you have a test dismissed? So this sounds fishy to me. And I don't understand Jay-Z saying New Jersey doesn't have jurisdiction. There's no such thing as jurisdiction over your penis. You're not making any sense. Sex with someone, doesn't matter who they are. If the person wants to take you to court to prove paternity, then go to fucking court and take the damn test. What is the big deal? It's just a test. Just take the damn test. And these people have been wrangling, going to court, spending money, lien on her house. I don't understand what that's all about. I don't know if he's had people countersuing these people for harassment, for them to have liens on their house. Is it that they wouldn't put liens on the house to get money to go to court? They have state agencies that file specifically for child support, whether you get welfare or you don't get welfare. So I don't understand why they have liens against their house. I don't know much about that. They didn't really go into details, so I don't really understand what was going on there. But if, as I said, if he got any type of assistance from the government as a minor, the state will automatically take anyone to court that you give a given name for DNA. So now we have to go back to Miss Wanda. Did Miss Wanda deal with the state at any point while raising her son? If so, all she had to do was give the state Sean Carter as a potential person, and then they would have filed the appropriate paperwork to bring Sean into court or to a local lab to take the test. That's how that works. But they have to have a name, the state. They have to have a name. Now, they could have went to her and said, well, ma'am, this guy has been proven not to be the father, the one who you put on the birth certificate. Who else did you sleep with? Is it possible that Wanda didn't give Sean Carter's name? Because, see, the dead can't talk. The dead can't talk. So this boy would have been what, a teenager or so when he found out the man who he thought was his father wasn't his father. So then you got to ask if that guy who was her boyfriend was a father to Ramir. So, sir, were you a father to this young man? Do you still talk to him? Do you still deal with him? What's the situation there? Lots of questions to ask. I only ask because Pandora's box has been opened. And who is this Miss Lily lady, the godmother? How old is she? What's her stake in the game? Father, you all weighed in. 13 votes. Yes, 69% believes Jay-Z is the father of Mr. Ramir Satherway. Not sure, 31%. 13 votes. Please take the poll on my community page. 69% of you said yes. He does favor him a lot right here. That looks like Jay-Z to me. Most definitely. Sure does.
So I'm like.
So now let's look at him. Is that Jay-Z that we are looking at? 31-year-old man. Are they one and the same? Of the same cloth? Before I check out of here, I'm going to say this. Mr. Ramir, you want to find out if Jay-Z is your father? Find someone that is related to Jay-Z, such as a sister, brother, grandparent, nephew, aunt, cousin, first cousin, and ask them to take a paternity test. That's how you'll find out if Jay-Z is the father. I bet a lot of you are thinking, damn, Queen, you good. You want to find out if he's your father? Look, go children, and ask them to come in for a test. I'm sure there's somebody out there related to Sean Carter that not mind taking the test. And indeed, if it comes back that they are a descendant of your bloodline, then we know more than likely Sean Carter, better known as Jay-Z, is your biological father. Hot damn. If you'd like to donate to this great network, $, the Ganji 129 Cash App. Stickers and chats are always welcome during the live stream. The other day I went live and I said this man needs to just let it go. Because as he said here, I can't force him to take the test. Exactly. If he wants to walk around knowing that there's a possibility that he has a grown son out here who's been petitioning him to take a test, that's on Jay-Z. Because right now, Jay-Z has bigger fish to fry with this new allegation of sexual assaulting a woman when she was a child. He's also asking the judge to dismiss the case because of her her discrepancies of the account. But as someone said on the news breakout, hey, she was drugged, so she would, be all over the place in her commentary. But I think anybody would know what Jay-Z looked like. He has very distinct features, Sean Carter, and I don't really see how you can mess up who he is and how he looks. Just like Puffy, he has distinctive looks. Those two don't look nothing alike. One's dark skin, one's lighter brown, buttercup complexion. They don't look nothing alike. Features are different. They don't look alike. So once again, do you believe the allegations of this young lady that she was sexually assaulted by Puffy and Jay-Z? Did they gang rape a 13-year-old child? And just from the allegations coming out of Sean molesting boys during recording sessions, alleged sessions that I do believe were faux and fraudulent to seduce children, he's already said it out of his own mouth in a live feed, a live broadcast at a dinner party. I'll take your child into the studio, free session to make music in either New York or London. And we have many allegations that have come forward through the Bugsby Law Firm that young boys were seduced, raped inside of studios with Sean Puffy Combs. Checkmate. Do the math. Because he's already told on himself by this video that has surfaced of him speaking. Love you too, Terry. Thank you so much. Happy holidays, babe. This is sad to me. So very sad. And I feel sorry for him because you do have a right to know who your parents are. And it is up to you if you want to have a relationship with that person or not. And sometimes parents don't want, mothers specifically, they don't want their children knowing the fathers because maybe they had a bad relationship. He mistreated her or he ignored her. He denied that the child was his. So the mother don't want the child to have a relationship with him. And I can understand it to some degree because why would I want my child to have anything to do with a man who denied the child? Especially if he was nasty with it. Nasty to the mother, called her nasty names. Now you got to send your child around this person. Give this person custody or, any type of joint custody or visitation rights or pick up the kid. And then you done talk about me like a dog knowing you had sex with me. Because a lot of men do this. And those are despicable men. You talk bad about a woman, but you lay with her. She's a whore. She's a thought. As my father said, you don't never let a man talk bad about you if you had sex with him. You let him know you were in the room too. God rest his soul. That's true. You're going to talk bad about a woman, but you slept with her. Well, she was good enough to have sex with. Whatever you did behind closed doors, you liked it, you were there. You didn't tell her no. You didn't claim rape. Come on with it, Queen. Now she's pregnant. She's every thought, H-O-E, blah, blah, blah. So the sex was good, but now she's pregnant. She's a hoe. She's a B-I-T-C-H. She's this, she's that. And that's what's walking around out here, trifling men. That everything's okay as long as you're giving up the cookie. But God forbid you claim you pregnant. You every MF, this, that, and the other. And these will be the same type of jokers that are going to lay up with another woman with 5, 6 kids and play stepdaddy to them. And he got a slew of kids. And he got kids he don't claim, don't feed, don't take care of. I said that. Because I've seen men who've done it. Got enough kids to build a football team, and you got the nerve to go lay up with another woman with a bunch of kids or marry a woman with 5, 6 kids. Why? Woo! I thought I was getting off this slide, but I ain't now. How you going to lay up with somebody and you got a bunch of children? Why don't you get with one of those mothers? Why don't you marry one of those mothers? Because you're honoring. And that relationship ended up not working out. I wonder why. Because you're the problem. Because God don't like ugly. Because it doesn't make any sense to be a man out here sleeping with different women, making children, and you don't even think to marry any of the women. And I see this so many times with these men. And that's something I'm going to talk about here in the near future before the holidays. These trifling ass men, black men, Puerto Rican, white, whoever you are, out here making all these babies and you don't even want to marry the mother of the children. Why not? You got 5, 6 different baby mamas, but she ain't good enough, not one of them to marry. But she good enough for sex. Then you crying when it's time to go to child support court. Why? You put your penis in there. What you thought was going to come out? You put your penis in the easy bake oven and you got some cookies and some brownies from your entanglement. Checkmate. And her baby daddy, he over in the wind somewhere. It's just a vicious cycle. And then you get with her and down the road, things don't go for her and her children. You ain't getting along with her kids. Well, that's the universe trying to tell you something. You should be with a woman that you got children with. Come on with it, Queen. Hell, you gonna lay up with somebody else with a bunch of damn kids, and you got a bunch of damn kids that you don't take care of. And everybody knows that when you have 5, 6 kids or more, you cannot be with all those kids at the same time, especially when they don't have the same mother. So one kid got a soccer game, one kid got a recital, one kid graduating from high school, one kid doing this. You ain't got the 2 feet, 2 hands. You can't be everywhere. And that's what you should think about while you out here screwing. And I even look at some of the Facebook posts, crying and moaning about the world and who said what, and who talking about me, who don't like me. And I just be like, I ain't never seen grown men that cry. Woo, Queen gonna come back later. We gonna chop it up, honey. Just what I'm seeing from the world, from these men, they're pitiful. Stop crying and put a lock on your penis. That's all. Put a lock on that bad boy. And another thing that nobody's caring about is the fact that these people, these creatures, are out here sleeping around without no condom. So let's say Jay-Z slept with a 16-year-old. Well, that's rape in most states. And that's probably what's going to be his downfall in this upcoming case with the 13-year-old. They're going to show cause. Well, he likes young girls. He has a penchant for young girls. He slept with a 16-year-old, made a baby, wouldn't take care of the baby. The mother finally comes forward and say, this is the kid. Or the child comes forward and say, hey, I think I'm your kid. And he defies the DNA test. Won't take it. So I got a feeling this case with Wanda and Ramir is going to show up in this case of the 13-year-old. And I don't think it's going to be good. Because like I said, if indeed Ramir is the son of Jay-Z, that's going to show cause that Jay-Z likes young girls. Ting, ting, ting. And then we will wait to see if somebody else jumps out of a hat claiming that they were also sexually assaulted by Sean Carter. And you know that's next. Somebody else is going to cry wolf. Maybe true, maybe not. But it's on its way. Because look how many people brought forward lawsuits against Sean Puffy Combs. We had about 150. 120 from the Bugsby law firm and another law firm, plus the 11 or 12 already on the books before the 120 surfaced. You're talking about 132, 133 people or so. That's a lot of people claiming SA and drugging, sexual assault, human trafficking, so on and so forth. And if Jay-Z assaulted Wanda in Pennsylvania, imagine had he took her out of Pennsylvania for a ride. That's called human trafficking. Trafficking a child if he crossed over to Jersey, New York, took her to a motel, took her to somebody's house, had sex with her in a car, however they did it. Was that the only time they had sex? Did he only sleep with Miss Wanda one time, Jay-Z? Does Jay-Z have other children out here that he has not claimed, and the mothers have not brought forward allegations that he is the father of their children? And what is going to happen to this Mr. Ramir? Is he going to be able to move on if Jay-Z refuses to take the DNA test? What is Jay-Z going to say to these allegations that he's the father of this young man? Will he respond to this, since he wrote a long Dear John letter pertaining to the 13-year-old allegation? I didn't do it. Y'all wrong. This is extortion. This is blackmail. Blah, blah, blah. You wrote a Dear John letter, 5 pages long, when all you have to do is say, I know this girl and I ain't never sold her a child. That's what you're supposed to say. As a PR expert said, what I find interesting about Jay-Z's statement, he don't deny it. Hell no, I ain't raped no kid. I like children. I love children. I got children. I got girl children. I would never have sex with a child. That's what you're supposed to be saying. But instead, you're talking about the world and we are the world and I love kids and this, that, and the other, and it would be wrong and the person who did it should go to jail. Do you know most people who were guilty of sexual assault, that's what they said in their answer? Come on with it, Queen. School somebody today. When a suspect was found guilty of rape, child molestation, murder, and they were asked by a reporter, what should happen to the person that committed the crime? What do you think should happen? What do you think they said? Oh, they should go to jail. I think they should go to jail. I think the jail, they should throw away the key. They should be thrown under the jail. That's exactly the statement that Sean Carter gave pertaining to the woman who was brought forward an allegation that she was sexually assaulted at the age of 13. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. But did not vehemently deny assaulting the child outright. And that's a bad sign. Because that's the first thing you should say when you have been confronted with any allegation. I don't care if it's stealing, robbing, selling drugs, using drugs. You told a lie. Hell no, I didn't say that. That's not what you said. You talked around the subject. You talked about what type of person you are. I ain't that type of guy. I come from the projects. We don't do that. We? Who the hell is we? We ain't talking about Pookie, Ray Ray, Bubba. We talking about you. We ain't talking about every black man in the projects, every black boy in the projects. The allegation is against you, Sean Carter, not Brooklyn, New York, Queens, New York. I ain't like that. We ain't like that. I come from the projects. Well, last I checked, a lot of people from the projects commit crimes, just like people all over the world. So that statement don't make no sense. We come from the projects. I come from the projects. The hell you saying? It sounds stupid. And then I'm hearing all this other stuff about you, that you have not been really a nice guy over the years, Mr. Jay-Z. See, I didn't keep up with hip-hop, who did what. I didn't keep up with The Source and those type of magazines, what allegations were coming out about, these famous people. You're entitled to believe these allegations against him, Puffy, any other person. But as they always say about the streets, there's usually some truth to the allegations. And we see that with R. Kelly. He has that penchant for young girls, young boys. He married a child, Aaliyah. So that's proof there. So you can't be shocked that somebody 13, 12, 14 say, hey, I had sex with him. Married a child. Because somebody didn't supervise her properly. Her uncle, her mother, that's their fault. She's a child. And the state says a child can't consent to sex. That's the law. Now we have Jay-Z in the hot seat alongside his homeboy. And every time you look up, you're seeing videos of Jay-Z and Sean together somewhere on a red carpet at an event. So you two were thick as thieves. So then people will have to question, what is it that we don't know? When you're not on the red carpet, at an event, at a party, at a function, what were you all doing together? Because what's going to be shameful, if there's truth to this allegation by this woman, that you all gang raped her, and you've possibly done it to others, Sean Carter. And it'll be a shame to hear this about you. Because, matter of fact, I like your music, but I don't know you. So I'm not about to put you on a pedestal to say that this woman is lying. Because I don't know Sean Carter. And I don't know Sean Combs. And I don't know your cohorts, friends, bodyguards, party goers. I don't know none of you. And what's going to be sad if we get wind of celebrity B, and that would be the female who was in the room that watched. Who might that be? Because many people believe it's J-Lo, some believe it's Beyonce. As I said, it really doesn't matter who it is. The girl said it was a celebrity. So is it true? Number one, the allegation against Sean and Celebrity B. Did this happen to her in Sean Combs' home? Was Sean Carter, Jay-Z, present and sexually assaulted her? And was there also a female celebrity watching? And we do know that Sean Combs likes to film and give people cameras to watch, take pictures, whatsoever. This shows you how sick people are, that you would even go along with doing some foolishness like this, some macabre nonsense of filming a sexual assault, watching the sexual assault, engage in a sexual assault of anyone, boy, girl, woman, or man. It's nasty, and you're nasty. That's my commentary. Prayers for this young man that he gets resolution. And if Jay-Z never decides to take the test, if he really wants to find out, ask somebody related to him to please come forward to take the DNA test. And that's how you'll find out if Jay-Z is indeed Ramir Latterwaist. Jay-Z is his father. That's my commentary. Like, share, subscribe. Drop your comments below this video. Take the poll on my community page. Merry Christmas, everybody. Be safe this weekend, next week. Be aware of your faculties while out shopping online and what you post to social media. I'll be back later with more stimulating content and commentary. We may chop up that baby daddy situation and men posting to social media crying and moaning about their problems and their baby mama dramas and all of that type of nonsense. We can get a little gritty tonight. It's Saturday night. But it will probably be later, because tonight, University of Tennessee will be playing Ohio State. This is our second time playing them in 30 years. So we're going to see if the Vols are going to give Ohio the business. Praying for the safety of these young men. It's going to be 28 degrees in Ohio. It's going to be a rough game in the cold. Praying for everybody, because I couldn't sit through a football game in 20-degree weather. But anyway, praying that the Vols win. God bless all of you. Okay, Terry, thank you. Yes, it's a very sick story. And I feel sorry for this young man, because this is the worst place to be in, is not knowing who your father or mother is, and you're wanting to know who they are. And I'm sure he wants a relationship. Maybe he just don't want to just come out and say, yeah, I want a relationship with him. But I just think, for me, I would be offended at this point that this has been going on for 14 years and this person won't even take the test. So that's telling me your character right there. So are you really somebody I would want to have a relationship with? Because it's easy to just take the test and be done with it. But Jay-Z won't even take the test. So what's the point of you not taking the test? See, like, to me, you want the problem to go away, take the test. But that's what I think he fears, is that he knows he slept with Wanda. Let's say hypothetically, he knows he slept with Wanda. He knows the result could possibly be he's the father. He's looking at the child and sees himself. Because the more you look at the picture of Ramir, he does favor Jay-Z, okay? So we'll even say he looks like him. So you entitled to your opinion. And one thing we've learned about men, when they see walking around, either minors or grown, they see themselves in the child, and they still will deny the child, knowing full well the child looks just like them. And I got a feeling that's exactly what's going on. He sees himself in Ramir, and he don't want to own it. That's my commentary. Thank you for joining me. You have been listening to The Fault Excel.